Hi, I'm Dalen, and today I'm going to be showing you how to hook up a Coverstar touchscreen. Let's open the box. So inside the box, 2 instruction guides. One of how to set it up, how to wire it, all the things you need to know for the installer, and an instruction guide for the homeowner. Obviously the touchscreen itself, and 3 packets of screws, and some wire nuts. All right, before we hook up the switch, we always want to make sure the power is off, the breaker is off, cover, make sure that's off before you start messing with wires. We'll come to our switch. We know this is our power wire. We have our 2 directionals coming from the cover switch, or from the cover box, the neutral coming from the cover box, and then obviously our ground and our neutral coming from the power source. The screws we're going to use, they're actually labeled fairly easily. You have A, B, and C. So step 1 is obviously A. So we're going to take these 4 longer screws, and we're going to go ahead and attach this to the face of the single-gate junction box. Important to note, there's the rubber gasket on one, the smaller rubber gasket and the bigger rubber gasket. The bigger one is facing out, the little one is towards the junction box. So you get a nice, good seal there. Put it through the wires just like so. Perfect. And once these are all on, it's really important that you make sure this is nice and snug. How you know it's done correctly is this gasket on the back is compressed. If it's not compressed, what's gonna happen is you're gonna get water in this junction box and it's gonna fry your switch. Next, we're gonna wire up the touch screen. So you have your 2 set aside and the ground up there. So a white and a black over here, and a black, red, and a white in between those 2 right there. So these 3 on the side are gonna be coming from your power source, and these 3 that are together for your cover motor. This neutral is gonna go to the neutral coming from our power source or from the control panel. All that. Okay, next one up is our power wire, which is again the one just above that that white wire. This is the power wire coming from your power source, obviously. Perfect. We only have the 1 ground coming in. They're grounded in the panel. We have 3 more wires, a black, a white, and a red. So our white is our neutral coming from the cover motor. Okay, and the last 2 are our directionals. It does not matter which one you hook it up to because on the switch itself, you're able to reverse the directionals. So I'm gonna do black to blue and red to red, because that seems right. All right, so brief overview. Now we got them all wired up. So the 2 on the side here are a neutral from the power source, your power wire, your hot wire, and then your ground is up here, obviously the green wire. And then the 3 in the middle here, black and red are your 2 directionals, and this white is the neutral coming from the cover motor. And it's important that you make sure you get these neutrals correct. If not, have some issues with the switch running. So next step, we're gonna attach the touchscreen to this faceplate. So it's important to make sure you put this face in the right way. It looks almost the same, but how you know the top side has these little holes there. Bottom does not, top does. And also the ground wires on the top. So you wanna make sure you put this facing this way. Upside down, right way up. Okay, make sure you put these all in there. So I'm gonna grab your B screws. What I do is I just kind of get it one started. Through that into these top holes. You can see that, I just see that on the camera, right there. So looking at that gasket, we wanna make sure we compress that. And no water can get inside this. I'm gonna grab the C screws. That goes on just like that. Through, and there's a little thread hole on the other side. I don't crank these down. I mean, I make them snug, but this should still have some play to be able to lift up and move. Now, let's go ahead and turn the power on. Breaker on. There she comes. Perfect. Okay, the password it comes set at is 1234. Okay, and then this is where we'll be able to name the cover, but we'll just select this box for now. And we're gonna open and close. So it's referring to opening the pool, closing the pool. And we wanna make sure the directionals are running the correct way. So I'm just gonna tap it in one direction. So let's tap it to close. So it should be, the cover should be uncovering. And I have that on backwards. All right, so as you saw, we're hitting close, it's opening. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come into the service mode on the touch screen, actually reverse the directionals. So we're gonna go put in the service code. So we're gonna come to the service menu, it's setup, device setup, device setup. And right here, this bottom option says cover direction. Right now it's set to default. We're gonna click that little circle. We'll click on it. Now it's reversed. So we'll hit done. And it'll reboot. It takes like 20 seconds. Okay, so now I'll put in our password. 1, 2, 3, 4. Select the cover. And now, as we run it to open, now it's ready to open. So one of the best features of the touchscreen is that it has a built-in amp limiter. What we need to do is the last step is set the current limits or calibrate the pool so it knows about how much amperage it's using after run the cover. So what we're gonna do again is we're gonna come in and put in the service code. We're gonna set up, maintenance, and calibrate pool. And so what we're gonna do is there's actually step-by-step instructions. So operate cover until it is fully uncovered. Press uncover and then hit confirm. One thing to know is we wanna stop the cover right before it gets to the guide feed. Because if it hits the guide feed and stops and you keep running it, there'll be a spike in the amps and that kind of defeats the purpose. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run it to uncover, hit the uncover button. So we're gonna stop right there. So notice I stopped it, it didn't hit anything, there wasn't a spike in the amps. So now we'll hit confirm, and it says the time it took was 12 seconds, and the average amps was 5.2 coming back. We'll hit confirm. Step 2, operate cover until it's fully covered. So hit cover, same thing. We don't want the leading edge bar to hit that other wall, we're gonna stop just shy of it. Stop right there, hit confirm. Now step 3, operate cover until it's fully uncovered. And same thing, stop it before it hits the guide feed. So we're gonna stop it right there. Now hit confirm. So in here we'll say cover time was about 21 seconds. Current limit is set at 5.7 amps. So the reason this is important, if let's say for example, the slider gets stuck or something, the cover isn't operating correctly, instead of the motor running and breaking a rope, damaging the cover potentially, this will actually time out and stop itself before causing any damage. So if you messed up, you can always hit recalibrate, but if this is what we want, that's, we did it right, we're gonna hit save, and you're done. That's how you hook up a Coverstar high voltage touchscreen. If you have any questions today, go and reach out to your account rep.